Welcome back. We got another one here. DW Randomizer. We got a Group 7 vodcast tonight featuring Scarletshadoww SassageLink Destiny of a Dragon Warrior, and Jeevan. Hi, everybody. I'm DK9146. Alongside me in the booth is one of our runners. How are you doing this, Destiny? How are you here and there?
Two places at once. Not sure how quite I manifested that. I've been looking forward to seeing this played through on the vodcast ever since I raced it. Looking forward to seeing how the other three runners handled everything that was thrown at them with stair shuffle and random chest locations, and eventually taking the princess to the Dragon Lord and accepting the offer.
Absolutely, and we've seen 9 races streamed so far. This will be our 10th of 11, and we've seen a wide variety of really fast seeds, really sloggy seeds, and a little bit of everything in between. So I'm excited to see if we can get a little bit of that stair shuffle madness going here, and see what curveballs get thrown your guys' way. But we'll be starting up here in a moment. It looks like we got a nice variety of builds here for these runners.
Yeah, it looks like traditional build, strength, HP there for SassageLink. I chose agility and MP build, knowing that we just have to get through Sharlock and not defeat the Dragon Lord. Everyone coming into this race with 4 points, which means the first place winner gets 5 and takes a big step forward in the rankings.
Oh, gold and wings. Heck yeah. Looks like we're going to get to keep our keys here, as they'll be able to go out, come right back in, get some keys, and we'll get some immediate chest checks. Or not. Destiny throwing us off already, just starts walking around the overworld. I love it. Risking losing half that gold.
Psych.
But yeah, heal and hurt here. Nice little start too. Takes away from the low strength. But there we go. We're going to get Destiny to get a level. Meanwhile, we're getting some keys down here on others.
Looks like Sassage, filling up on keys, and Scarlet's out looking for a grind. Defeated an enemy, still at level 1 though, however. With the alternate run algorithm, there's a possibility of walking to a town and running from enemies to keep that gold and get ourselves a weapon. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, let's here we go. We got level 3 for Destiny here. Meanwhile, we got Sassage coming around the throne room or treasury, and we got Scarlet going for the keys now. Chest 1, a dragon scale. Heck yeah, +2 defense once he puts it on. Gets a fairy water out of it, which not as useful right now. Does get a key back, but yeah, fairy water doing the same damage as that hurt spell.
So keys are going to be no problem throughout this seed. Everyone being able to keep their key at the start. I now, after taking the death, reduced half the gold, but going to buy all of the keys. Sassage going back to top off on all of the keys. And looks like Sassage is going to go down and check the basement of Tantangel.
Yeah, you might as well. You already got the door open. Let's just see what's down there. Maybe it's freebie with some easy chests. Instead, it's swap south.
Sassage checks the chest at the bottom. Any chance that Sassage will check the spike tile?
I mean, I wouldn't check it right now unless you're just willing to take a death warp, but I would at least check that top chest first. But nice Drakima kill there. Gets on the board with 2 levels.
That's a heck of a first enemy to take out there.
So everybody else kind of getting the same information. Ooh, Knight instantly sending back. Drakimas do have baby breath, as we see on your screen here. Meanwhile, we do have Jeevan check in, leaving immediately. Well, that breath didn't throw off much there. Gave you 9 strength, but nothing else really of note. No spells, no MP. And Stonemen down here are going to end your trip.
So we've seen one decent enemy in Drakimas we can take, and between the 2 runners, we've seen Knights and Stonemen. So pretty dangerous swamp cave.
Yeah, absolutely. And with Stair Shuffle on, even once we get outside, we won't be able to just go instantly to the north. It'll take you back out the exit, the entrance you came in. So it would take us right back to south. So you do have to traverse this.
Scarlet joins the level 4 party down there.
Yeah, slightly additional strength there, since he has the strength modifier where you got a +9, he got a +10. Back on the exploration here for Destiny, as he's pushing around, finds a Star Wyvern, probably not who you were hoping for.
No, not exactly. And Sassage also finds the dead end over there. It doesn't counter the enemy. Of note, we are starting on the eastern edge of the map, it looks like, and possibly near the south, so that could lead to a lot of walking unless Swamp Cave takes us over to the other side of the map.
Man, and Axe Knight's just northwest as well, so and Armor Knight's by Sassage, so we got some nasty zones nearby as well.
Simultaneous deaths between 3 of the runners.
Yeah, buddy, King Lork is a little busy right now here. Jeevan pushing out a little bit, just getting his bearings of this land. The Ghost, not as much of a formidable enemy, but give him a couple steps, he'll find those zones.
Looking to see if there were any other enemies hanging out with the Star Wyvern. All we see is another Star Wyvern, able to run from the Star Wyvern. Sassage now going a bit north. Scarlet staying close to the south. Looks like he's consistent with the grind here. Doesn't want to take any additional deaths, like looks like I just took. And Sassage reaches level 4, so everyone's now at equal footing on level.
Yeah, not the greatest enemy sets around here for usage with that hurt so far, and the tile set's not the greatest with the force, but you learned some very valuable information, which was the Armor Knight has sleep.
Certainly something to throw out there. If we get Stop Spell, we can Stop Spell on the sleep, but not a lot of strength and spells to take that down. Take that with future information. Looks like everyone now that's taken some deaths, although Jeevan hasn't taken a single death, might be on the cusp of one now, but Scarlet, Sassage, and myself seen the more difficult enemies, and even though Sassage looks to be pushing out as well now. It looked like he was grinding in the Zone 0. Gets sent back by the Drow Magi. Lots of tough enemies out here.
Yeah, for sure, yeah. And Jeevan just now takes a death, but it was on his own accord, walked into the swamp, the brave hero he was. Well, this is interesting. You're going in circles here, trying to just get any encounters. Again, the tile set, not the greatest. Sassage finding out the downfall of this little bottom island area, but is trying to find something out here he saw.
Scarlet hit level 5 now. Gets sent back home by... Oh, not quite by the skeleton. Picked up the Spell of Return, so not a whole lot of help there.
Ouch! And Skeleton breathes return into him with DL2 breath.
Oh, one of those enemies that looks like we could take on. Hey, it's a skeleton. We can take this down in a couple of shots. Nope, no good.
Absolutely. And then we had simultaneous level 5s for the top runners, Destiny and Jeevan. So Jeevan finding out about the DL2 skeleton, because I was going to comment that the skeleton's the best enemy we've seen so far, but not anymore.
I don't know if I've seen it before, but the Druin has sleep. I learned that. And there appears to be golems, so Scarlet finds another very challenging enemy we don't want to be facing at level 5. And an Armor Knight sends SassageLink home. It is just one death after another.
Yeah, buddy. Well, we did this in a race the other day. Let's ask here. Oh, we see a town on Destiny's side running from an Armor Knight. How many combined deaths are we looking at here tonight, folks? Well, there's some good stuff for sale there if we could, get the funds. And being in Garenham here, we have 4 keys on tap. Let's see if we can find anything of note.
So now I pick up the Death Necklace and have to decide what I want to do with the Death Necklace. Not an item that's usually valuable in this flag set. Could be sold for 1,200 gold.
Yeah, 1,200 gold's nothing to sneeze at. Meanwhile, the rest of Garenham, devoid of anything but obnoxious NPCs. Let's take a look what's downstairs.
Start of Tablet Cave.
All right, tablet. Top of tablet, nice and free. One possible chest, but it's empty. But where's it going to take us? Our first look into the stair shuffle madness here, and we're immediately into pain.
It looked like it was one of the top floors of Sharlock.
Absolutely, that was definitely a Sherlock floor. Immediate Golem. Golem says nope, but still knowledge. You know, we know it's not immediately Mountain 2.
Scarlet and Jeevan continuing their grind while Sassage is back in Swamp Cave, perhaps trying to get through, and Stoneman says nope.
Yeah, so we're moving around here and there, and just not making it very far. Looks like Destiny now going back into Swamp as well. Gets that nice Drakima, see if he can take that down at least. Sassage coming right back to Swamp as well.
It was so frustrating seeing the Drakima in the Swamp Cave, where it's like, this is the best enemy that seems to be out there and available, except it's surrounded by Stonemen and Knights and everything that's going to wipe you out.
Yeah, speaking of that Stoneman, there it is. As Sassage nearing the top and takes the stairs, and we're out somewhere in a desert.
Nothing to the east except a werewolf. Ooh, nice run from the werewolf. Seeing the alternate run algorithm in play.
Yeah, we've saw that a few times with the werewolf. We've had a few armor knight runs already, which is absolutely nothing you can ever expect at this level typically.
And Sassage gets sent home without finding anything on the North Continent, and Jeevan was sent home by a Spectre.
Yeah, Scarlet keeps trying to find a specific enemy and just an area he can grind in. Sassage started going back and forth and is looking to just, let's go ahead and break down and get level 6 here, which comes at, you know, we're not terribly far off. You're back onto the Drakima, which is a really nice enemy here, and nearing. Oh, is that a treasure guard? I wonder.
Potential treasure guard enemy as Scarlet makes his way into Garenham now.
Not enough HP, not enough hurts, but got some knowledge for sure. Rogue Scorpion on that chest, and we have not seen any other Rogue Scorpion encounters, so most likely going to be one of our treasure guards. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Yeah, Scarlet finds Garenham here, going to do some selling and doing all the stuff.
So Scarlet immediately sells the Death Necklace. I'm headed back into the Swamp Cave, potentially confirm if that was a treasure guard or not. Jeevan is continuing the grind in the forest tiles near home in Zone 0, and Sassage heads out, and let's see where Sassage is going. Going to try to push out, see if he'll find Garenham. And confirming that this is a treasure guard on the Rogue Scorpion in Swamp Cave.
Yeah, just you gotta get 3 really good hurts and have him not roll high is the thing, and there's one of the higher rolls again.
Scarlet picked up a large shield and leather armor, gets some defense, putting that Death Necklace money to good use. That makes a lot of sense at this point. Wasn't a really good weapon to buy. Now I'm contemplating whether I keep throwing myself at the Rogue Scorpion, knowing that there is a small chance to beat it, and there could be sword or armor sitting there, but decided to press on out and fighting these weak enemies. It looks like Sassage is taking on a Droll. Who's going to make it to level 6 first? Not Jeevan, as he's sent back to home with the Axe Knight.
Yeah, little fun here. Level 6 we did see on Scarlet's side. Still no more MP gain, by the way. Scarlet is into that Sherlock zone and successfully navigates the first set and is now into another Sherlock zone, the last one before we light up. Armor Knight's probably going to have something to say about it.
Sent right back home. Yeah, it looks like Scarlet picked up some decent agility there, up to 31 agility, 40 max hit points on level 6. Could give a little bit more opportunity to run on the overworld.
Yeah, overworld running definitely looking decent at that agility. Sherlock bottom zone, not as much.
And this just calls into so many decisions that the runners are faced with that there's really not a good answer for. Do you try to push yourself past all of the enemies and run across the overworld? Do you sit back and grind in these terrible zones on forest tiles? Do you keep pushing and go through a swamp cave? There's multiple directions that this could go, but none of them feel really great.
Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, Scarlet did make it almost all the way to the top of Swamp. Does get away from the Stone Man, is about to find out about the Rogue Scorpion over here. So Going to throw out a couple of hurts, but not going to have enough juice in the cannon there to take it out. Question, has anyone checked Swamp Spike? No, no one has stepped on that spike as of yet. Probably just because they don't have a prayer at it, but knowledge would be nice at this point too. Well, Scarlet's intent on probably at least attempting this Rogue Scorpion now that he's got full resources, all 4 hurts in the bag. Meanwhile, Sassage just over here grinding away, taking non-ironic swings at Drakis. It feels real bad at level 5, and knowing level 6 is not coming with much help.
And I was thinking Scarlet could have a shot at the Rogue Scorpion with a little bit more HP, coming in there with 40 HP, but the Knight doesn't even give him a chance.
Yeah, exactly. He has the leather armor and the large shield, so he does have a modest amount of defense here. So he has an outside chance if he gets some lucky rolls. Let's see how long he presses this before it either works or he moves on.
I like trying this a couple of times, like Scarlet is. If you're able to connect and get there, and again you get the sword or the armor, you're able to break through. That's a huge boost.
Yeah, in one of our races earlier this week, we saw somebody double crit a wizard treasure guard to ultimately get the Erdrick sword, which was very nice in that race.
That time a golem sent Scarlet home out of Swamp Cave, and Scarlet saying, "Yeah, okay, that's enough."
Man's like, it was me. I'm the legend. I was trying to be vague on that. That was funny though. Meanwhile, Scarlet finally gives up the attempts there. Gonna go back out and see what they can do to get some more leveling here. And while he was making those attempts, as he gets breathed on by the skeleton, that opened up the door for yourself to take a small experience lead. At this point, 30 experience, it's not, no one's going to be able to recover from that. You have a dominating lead at this point.
It's in the bag. 30 experience, no chance to come back from that.
Man, this overworld has been ruthless. It almost makes you wonder if you can get out far enough to get away from the nastiness and find some nice, oh, another town.
That's exactly what I was hoping for. It's Breck.
It's Breck. We'll hold on the Breck or Breck yet. I saw at least one chest down there, so it still could pay off for us.
Breck is always Breck.
Well, that's an interesting issue. We got 2 chests here. We only have 1 key left.
That means I am not going to be opening those up at the moment. Let's talk about fairy waters. I was thinking get as much fairy waters, and maybe that would help me get through the Rogue Scorpion or anything else that I encounter. Scarlet takes another death sent bed home. Jeevan made his way over to Garenham. It looks like Jeevan also sold the death necklace with his gold total over 1,000 there. Probably going to pick up a large shield as well.
Yeah, I think it's a really good call here. There's 0 chance that you're wanting to use a death necklace in this flag set. I would say maybe 1 out of 500 seeds might have a reason to do so, but fairly rare otherwise. So it makes sense. Let's get some defense going and hopefully not take as much damage with our limited healing capabilities at this point.
Meanwhile, something important happening on Sassage's screen there. Sassage made his way through Swamp Cave, explored out the north end, and there's absolutely nothing. It's a small island all by itself.
That's great knowledge, and I like the turn he's taken here. This is exactly what I would expect to see now. Let's see what the spike is. It is a golem, so
golem.
That is nasty and something we definitely need to keep an eye on.
Now we're regrettably hoping for the fairy flute, right?
Well, this is one of the times I'd make the exception. This is the time that I'd make the exception. Let's go ahead and find that flute, or let's grind it out and make sure we have enough HP and heal more. Well, look at that. Destiny with that newfound additional 6 or 7 HP going down here. Let's see if he can make it up top. Stone Man immediately encounters, but he gets away. Now, the one to watch is down here on Scarlet. Scarlet went right back into the grind after the Rogue Scorpions wasn't playing ball and is nearing level 7 right now.
Stone Man doesn't let me get to the treasure guard, and that's half the trouble too, is even getting to the treasure guard.
Absolutely. Yeah, the enemy set down there is not playing ball at all. Looks like you're gonna at least give it one more shot here, but 2 more encounters here. 1 more encounter now for Scarlet, and we're getting a level.
Meanwhile, Jeevan does find Brackenary, has enough keys to open the right side. It's just a torch, opening up the second side. And it's another treasure guard.
Fancy. And, you know, with good hurts, this is a guard that we have a chance here. Although, you know, 10, 12, well, we got a chance to get 2 more in here if needed. Oh, he does it in 3. Nice.
Picks up Erdrick's token, so nothing that's immediately helpful, but one of the quest items we're going to gather along the way.
Yeah. I think at this point, sword would honestly probably be my favorite item. I'm not going to scoff at armor either, but just something to get you going. You know, Erdrick's driver's license, while needed eventually, not very helpful right now.
Meanwhile, Scarlet did get level 7 as we expected. Picked up a little bit more stats, as well as the spell of Outside, which will be helpful if exploring caves and need to take a dip out of a massive cave structure, but nothing else immediately helpful there.
All right, so knowing that Outside's coming is when I start to watch for runners to go down in the swamp and hit Outside and get confused when they come right back out where they came in.
So Sassage making his way. Nope, looks like he's doing a grind outside of Brackenary. Fights a Demon Knight. That could be a little bit too much to take on, yeah.
Yeah, Demon Knight's no fun at all, and still in that same zone. We'll see if he can get away and find something a little better. Jeevan taking a run at the Wolf Lord here. I like that play as well.
Scarlet takes out a Droll Magi, extending his experience lead here.
And I like how Jeevan throws out a Fairy Water, although it does exactly the same as a hurt spell. Does get a 14 roll out of it, and enough to take it down and get the level.
All right, so Scarlet, number 1, Jeevan, number 2, in the experience lead, both at level 7. Sassage and myself at level 6, and now I'm in Brackenary and see the Wyvern Treasure Guard as well.
Yeah, he's not messing around with you, is he?
As Sassage continues his exploration and finds Hawk's Nest.
He's got just enough HP to get to the spike too, just to see what it is, and we have another golem.
Oh, golems everywhere. Just increases the value of that flute even more, right?
Yeah, until until the golem's standing on top of the flute.
Don't even say it. Oh, that would be terrible.
Here's the freebie cave for Scarlet, and gets him a Fighter's Ring +2 offense. You know, you're not gonna say no and immediately equips that.
We just saw Wolf Lords on Jeevan's screen with DL2 Breath sends him home, another nasty enemy. Look at those death totals right now. 15, 15, 15, 10. So the total death total is currently at 75 after about 23 minutes.
Yeah, deaths are kind of coming in droves right now, and at least as we stand right now, we are not anywhere close to a point where that's going to start slowing down. As the skeleton ticks up another one for Destiny there with some DL2 breath.
Now with the build that we had, My MP was still only stuck at 6. My max MP's at 6 at level 6. Sassage a little bit more MP with the traditional build that he had, strength and HP. So you're going to see the stats deviate a little bit between runners with the different builds.
Yeah, absolutely. And both of you, as soon as you get this next level, we'll finally get a level that brings some additional MP. We went through level 6 with no gains in the MP column, and as we saw on the right, we definitely are going to get some at 7. We'll see how Scarlet does against this Wyvern.
Two hurts, should be able to hit the third and take him down, no problem. No, low roll on the hurt. He's gonna herb up and play it safe. This should do it.
Yeah, 4 should be a slam dunk as Sassage picks up his fighter's ring. So we got Scarlet in here getting the token, Sassage getting his fighter's ring, Destiny getting level 7. So from your running perspective, how are you feeling right now? What's going through your mind now that you got a little bit more MP here? What are you thinking through?
It's definitely time to take on those treasure guards. I've got to throw myself at now the 2 treasure guards that I've seen, neither of which I've been able to defeat, because knowing that one of them or both of them could have a valuable Airdrix item, it's got to be taking those down and confirming and getting those out of the way.
All right. Well, yeah, and you're making the immediate beeline to the back, so it looks like we're going to at least attempt to get to the Rogue Scorpion and give him a shot first. And there we go. Jeevan beats you to the punch, but we have Stones of Sunlight underneath that Rogue Scorpion. So, we got another one of those items. Again, not one of the Erdrix pieces of gear that we were kind of hoping to find, especially with where we're standing right now. That would really help expedite some things.
Well, of course, it doesn't expedite. the trolliness of this siege just keeps piling on, it seems.
Well, the dream's still alive. We could have both Erdrix gear pieces trapped behind the Rainbow Bridge in Sherlock somewhere.
And Scarlet, I believe, went back into Swamp Cave to get the treasure guard. Knight sends him back out. So even with really good, looks like pretty good solid gear, chainmail, large shield, up to level 7, still having trouble getting through Swamp Cave. And now I was able to take on the Rogue Scorpion, get myself the Stones of Sunlight here, along with Jeevan. Jeevan going back into Swamp Cave, perhaps trying to go through or check the spike.
Yeah, let's see how he plays it, as the werewolf says no to you, and you got to see all of 2 inches of that swamp continent. Well, Scarlet gets ambushed by the Rogue Scorpion. It's going to play some herb game here with it for sure. We'll see how that pans out for him.
And that's smart of Scarlet to use herbs instead of the heal spell. Herbs do give a little bit more benefit of recovering HP than the heal spell. Picks up the level 8 here on the treasure guard, so we'll see how much stats he gains. 1, 2, 1, 11, heal more and hurt more. There it is. Level 8 is the answer.
Absolutely. It's not going to take out any golems, but it's definitely a step in the right direction. Meanwhile, we saw Jeevan find out about full wombo on the Wraith Knight, got slept and DL2'd.
And Scarlet checked the spike tile immediately after getting hurt more, finds out that it's a golem, so he's not going to be able to grind there. I'm sure that was a very exciting moment. Get hurt more, find a grind enemy there, but no doing. Golem disappointment.
NPC troll for Sassage, hiding in the door. Does do him a solid and get out of the way, though. That was hilarious. And the bottom tier, thank you for the raid. We're doing a vodcast of a Group 7 race from this week in the 2024 Dragon Warrior Randomizer Winter League, and so far it's a barn burner.
Barn burner of deaths and nasty enemies.
Yeah, absolutely. So here you are back into Breckenary, knowing that there's a wyvern there, going to top off and go another round at it.
Scarlet trying to take on the Wraith Knight. Oh, wow. He found out that the Wraith Knight has sleep, put him to sleep a couple of times, missed on a Hurtmore, lands a Hurtmore, defeats the Wraith Knight. So now Scarlet will be able to take on the more challenging enemies with Hurtmore and potentially expand the experience lead.
Yeah, I think it's the right call right now. We still don't have a ton of survivability. You're down to just officially needing a harp and the ability to kill a golem to at least make it Sherlock eligible. So let's go ahead and work on some of those stats.
Now, about half of the enemies that have been seen so far in this desert zone are palatable for Hurtmore. We've seen Axe Knights up to the north, Star Wyverns, these Wraith Knights that Scarlet's dealing with.
Yeah, buddy. Heck, yeah, even this Wraith that SassageLink sees that he is successful with the hurt, and you get through the Wyvern the second time on this one, wisely backed out, and got to top off and get your token.
Jeevan up in that zone as well, but doesn't have Hurtmore. He's getting close to level 8. I'm right on the cusp of level 8 after that Wyvern. Sassage gets sent home, still stuck on level 7.
Look at you, thinking about some gold here. Let's take on this gold man. It does have hurt. We'll laugh when it has heal more on the back end in a moment. Nice! Gets through. That's a bunch of gold there, so very nice. I like the quick search there as well.
Desperation.
Yeah, I think I did that probably eight or 9 times in my race. And mine was also desperation, 100%.
Especially if you're in an area where you've seen a couple of enemies and then you see a new one like a goldman that you know is a treasure guard, it's worth a second to hit search and see what comes up.
Absolutely. So Scarlet, as anticipated, just blowing up the world. Jeevan does get to the level. You're just shy and get blown up by a Demon Knight, but we'll get the good news here momentarily. Meanwhile, Sassage just kind of a little behind on finding the thing so far, but not really terribly behind on the experience, though.
It's going to feel bad knowing I was on the cusp of level 8 for so long, and it's going to pick up heal more and hurt more. It's a big advantage to, once there's a level like that that gives you a big breakout in stats or spells, it totally skyrockets you, and you know if you fell behind on that, it's not a great feeling.
Yeah, and that's when you start playing, what do I do? How do I go about this? How far behind am I, even if you are ultimately ahead and stuff, and yeah, been there, done that. We'll see how you play this one.
And with that, Scarlet already hit level 9.
Oh, absolutely. Werewolf is going to send him home 5 MP short of using all his resources there, but yeah, he's been finding some great enemies and has just been throttling through stuff to quickly take advantage of that early hurt more.
The Armor Knights are frustrating Jeevan even though he has hurt more. Now with learning the spell of Radiant at level 9 for Scarlet, now has Radiant and Outside, so it does make diving caves a little bit more viable once we find some.
Yeah, still, I think in this flag set, I've always thought that you prioritize your overworld checks first before really spelunking a lot. Although sometimes that works out. Meanwhile, Jeevan's just going to stay on this grind up here. That's don't matter to him. He's going to keep it going.
Definitely. We saw that with the town of Breckenary, had a treasure guard sitting right in there. Hopefully one of the other towns will have treasure guards sitting in it as well, so you don't have to dive a mega dungeon cave structure.
Well, Golem's still messing with everybody here, as we saw you take a double, and you're going to go find out about the Golem here and be a little sad.
Same thought process as Scarlet. I've got hurt more now. Let's check the spike and get disappointed.
Absolutely. A nice little parting smash of 2 HP on that Golem. 'Tis but a flesh wound.
It's interesting that although Sassage is behind in the experience right now, I feel like Sassage has the most knowledge out of all the racers. He was able to clear the North Swamp Continent as well as seeing Hawk's Nest, so it seems to have picked up a little bit more knowledge despite being behind in the experience.
Yeah, and the things that he's missing are going to be relatively easily accessible. We have the stones at the top of Swamp, which is in the basement of Tantagel. We have the token in one of the inn chests in Breckenary. He just hasn't happened to have gotten across those locations yet. And Armor Knight sleeping Destiny sending him back again.
That's the risk with those Armor Knights. If you're able to survive a swing and he doesn't cast sleep, you can hit him down with 2 hurt mores. But it's the moment he sleeps, it's like, well, okay, there's a death. Get sent back home.
Well, with this grind, Scarlet went right back into going to hit level 10 here. Stats are still kind of modest at best, but I guess we're going to say stats are still modest at best. That was not the greatest level ever.
5 more hit points, a little bit more survivability. Wonder if he's going to do some more pushing out and exploring or continuing to grind.
And yeah, I mean, it looks like he is pushing at least this area here, finds a dead end as Jeevan continues his grind there. I think wisely. He is nearing level 10. Looks like you were trying to settle in, but Armor Knight just not having it with you, puts you to sleep, but you do wake up in time to take it out. And I missed where Sassage went that he found red dragons in a dark spot.
I did as well. Was that perhaps underneath Garenham?
Oh, it had to be. He was just in Garenham, so yep, there you go. All right, so we got 41, 57, 77 deaths so far. 77. I'm gonna say we're gonna hit about a nice round 140 before everything settles down.
That wouldn't surprise me. And add 1 more to the total.
And yeah, even with Hurtmore, we're still seeing a lot of volatility with the enemies here. That Armor Knight, and if it shows up in Sharlock in any capacity, could wreak havoc on everybody as well.
Lots of deaths indeed. Scarlet is pushing out the exploration north and east of Breckenary, but just finding nothing. There was a dead end to the south and dead end to the north. Now returning back to the Breckenary area. And pushing west, if he continues north, he'll find Hawk's Nest just like Sassage did. And looks like he's almost headed that way.
Yeah, and once he finds Hawk's Nest, he's going to be super happy for about 10 seconds until he checks that spike and sees another golem. Yeah, Sassage, so close to level 8, just needs to get to that magical level 8. Has been having to pass up several nice hurt-morable enemies, and is just not really gaining a lot. Since the last time we checked in about 5 minutes ago, it's still under 100 XP gained since then. He was at 444 before.
That's what's so tough about these slow, sloggy starts, is you don't necessarily feel good sitting and fighting these Zone 0 enemies to be able to get to the next level, but you never know which level's going to be the big breakout, or if the next level's just going to be 1s and 2s, and it was just a waste of time. But you never know. This time he's holding out for heal more and hurt more. It's probably going to feel pretty bad.
Yeah, bad and good at the same time. At least you see a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel, so to speak. Getting some luck with these skeletons here. I was able to take out 2 in a row.
Meanwhile, Scarlet does find Hawk's Nest and gets the bad news that a golem is protecting the spike item there.
Gets a crit off for 40. I love it.
Just crit, not quite enough though.
I love it. Both runners, upon seeing a golem just in different spots, decide to just throw a cursory swing out for the heck of it, and Scarlet gets that daggone crit. That's hilarious. Oh, that's kind of what I was anticipating, but 50% sleep on that Armor Knight is no bueno at all.
That's interesting. While I was playing this, I was thinking it was closer to 25, but maybe I was a little optimistic. As Sassage does hit level 8 now, gets heal more and hurt more. Back in the race.
There we go. Yep, back in the race indeed. And to be quite honest, with the way this can go and not needing to kill the Dragon Lord, still completely within the realm of being in this easily, depending on what he grinds, what decisions he makes, as far as when to dive, and additionally, where the heck is our heart?
Absolutely. Even though there's a little bit of level disparity, it feels like everyone's kind of on equal footing now. No one has a massive advantage in resources. We all have hurt more. It's just going to be a matter of that exploration and finding the right things in the right order and choosing the right direction in Sharlock.
Yeah, so right now we have the big issue. We have to get through a golem to get the princess. We have no option. We have to get through a golem. We have the heal more component of it, right? We don't really have the offense or the defense component yet. Although the broadsword picked up by Destiny, they're going to definitely put him in a good position to be able to take it on in a little bit. Additionally, upgrading to the chainmail. Look at that.
Sadly, the fairy flute could be the most valuable item to pick up right now. Even if someone finds the armor, that's not going to be a big help to necessarily to get through the golem.
Yeah, so we could easily have that harp already known in the Hawksness location, just sitting below a golem we can't kill. Could absolutely be nothing as well, or anything in between. It's going to be interesting to see how these runners decide to play it out, because right now, stats are the enemy, and we need to gain some of those. And while we were talking about stats, Jeevan, continuing this grind, is going to hit level 11 now. Level 11 coming in big with 12 power, 1 agility, 6 HP, 4 MP. So the 12 power going to be very nice when it comes to golem fighting.
Interesting, there's a bit of divergence between Jeevan and Scarlet. Jeevan was a little bit more stationary, sitting on a grind. Scarlet did a little bit more explanation, came up empty-handed, and Jeevan now has the experience lead.
Yeah, buddy. And I'll be honest, with those stats, I think you still just sit and grind and hope. There's still no chance, regardless what you find, at taking out a golem. I guess you could get super lucky flute luck, but you only have 4 Healmores in the tank at level 11, which is just terrible.
So I believe Scarlet and Sassage are the 2 runners that have knowledge of the Hawksness spike. Jeevan and myself, I don't believe, have that knowledge just yet. Which certainly helps Sassage and Scarlet know that it's a tough enemy to fight, maybe sit down and grind, or be able to find that flute. I guess that's the choice. Do you sit and grind for stats, or do you go searching for the flute?
With keeping in mind, it could definitely be below Hawksness, the Hawksness spike there. So yeah, it's definitely a quandary. If you can find yourself a good enough grind, I think you go for the grind. Personally, that's what I would do, but I can definitely see merit in going and looking as well, especially if the stats continue to just barely trickle in. It might be a while for anything otherwise.
Looks like Scarlet might be pushing exploration again. Jeevan sitting on that grind right outside of Breckenary.
Yeah, and if you can find a zone like this, that you can find decent enemies and have a top-off town nearby, I think that's the right call. If you're not going to be able to get a spike, you settle for the next best thing. Looks like you're going to go try and make it back through and check the Swamp Continent, which we collectively already know is a bust, but you don't know that yet.
Correct. Did a little bit of exploring past Breckenary, didn't see anything, and kind of thinking fourth dimensionally and seeing what the other continent has.
No, I think it's a smart play here. The initial continent area has been a dumpster, and a lot of times small maps don't lead to second continents, so it's very possible that this could just, in theory, take you to the other side of the map, as you noted early on. It looks like we're in that southeast corner of the initial continent, so you might get over to the west or northwest even.
Now that Sassage has heard more, taking down these treasure guards would be no problem. Takes out the Wyvern, gets Airdrick's token. Unfortunately, the treasure guards don't stay there and be able to grind them. Otherwise, be sitting there on the wyverns and rogue scorpions probably and pound those out.
Yeah, 100%. 100% indeed. I would agree with that wholeheartedly. So yeah, they are a one and done prospect. The fun thing though is if they run, you steal the item, you can go back onto the spot and they're still there until you've killed it.
I'm watching Jeevan's grind. He's just about to hit level 12. This is coming along very quickly for Jeevan in this grind.
Yeah, it sure is. He's got a little unlucky there. Stays alive against the Armor Knight. Yeah, he's been getting some pretty good luck against these Armor Knights. Even when he gets slept, hasn't been getting killed. Going to wisely herb up a little bit here to try and make it back to the town. Couldn't damage race the Rogue Scorpion there. Out of resources, was having a tickle fight with it, but fell just a little bit short. Yeah, so Jeevan's dead set on at least level 12 right now. Scarlet is starting to pick back up on some experience, about 400 back of him. And Sassage, with that Hurt More in hand, is starting to gain a little bit here as well.
A cave here for Scarlet. It's the Rainbow Drop trade-in.
Just a little bit more knowledge, for sure. And actually, Star Wyvern, depending on what it wants to do, isn't necessarily a terrible enemy right now to see.
Look at the level divergence. Jeevan at 12, Scarlet at 11, I'm at 10, and Sassage at 9.
And there's that sleep luck I was talking about. Even getting slept by the Armor Knight, immediately wakes up, is able to go ahead and take it out and survive long enough to get back into town for another top off. Per Jeevan in chat, looking to save up enough for some armor.
That makes sense, Jeevan. Walking around with heal more and hurt more, defense is going to be a priority.
Yeah, trying to save up enough for a full plate, 3,000 gold, is not an easy task when you have enemies that at any moment could just sleep and kill you. And you got to, I'm sure that's playing in the back of your mind. A little over halfway to that goal, though. And to be quite honest, almost halfway to level 13 already after picking up 12 recently.
Cole down on Scarlet's screen.
Yeah, there we go. A little bit more exploration here. He's going to take a look, see if there's any for sale. We have some high quality equipment there if, we had the gold for it.
And nothing, absolutely nothing on the search spot.
Nothing on the search spot. Both potential chest locations empty as well. The one time you want Cole to be vanilla and throw you a flute, it comes through with worthlessness.
Now, putting this all together, Tantajo didn't have very many chests. Garanham didn't have any chests behind it. There's no chests in Cole. We're not seeing a whole lot of treasure chests, are we?
I've been paying attention to that as well, as we see a river with a cave and Sharlock on the other side that you can't quite get to. The bridge that was built in a terrible spot. Good job, bridge builders.
That's what playing Dragon Warrior Randomizer feels like sometimes, building a bridge to nowhere, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Destiny wisely topping off, waits for that encounter, no encounter, decides to hit the search, and a little sad.
Oh, that was good. Scarlet also having some additional defense on mine, picks up a half plate right now.
Yeah, a half plate, very nice in this flank set, and I'll be honest, I was going to try and win with half plates if that's all I had. Here we go. We got the grave across that little bit of river after he finds another bridge. We're going to use that Radiant spell up to 6 chests in the top of this grave. Nothing at the top there. We got 2 alternate chests over here that could possibly be there. One of them's there. And it's a key fund. we're definitely looking for encounters. We want to encounter an enemy so that we have a potential treasure guard and something that we truly could use. And one of the 3 vanilla chests here, again, nothing doing with the encounter. We're going to just outside and get out of here.
The lack of chests adding up. 6 potential, only found 2.
Absolutely. So I'm expecting a lot more town chests here. And, well, we have the alternate chest down here in the end. And Destiny kind of just following slightly behind there as he's in the grave now. As we get a torch in here. But we have a possible open free chest over here back in the little hole. And there is a chest there.
No treasure guard, unfortunately, as Jeevan took a death to an armor knight just before level 13.
Yeah, I was just getting ready to note that. I saw that. And yeah, it kind of feels bad. Like we were saying a few minutes ago, you know you're in a volatile zone and you're trying to hold on to that gold and instantly poof, the Keen takes half. But there we go, level 13 pretty quickly afterwards, coming in with 3, 2, 1, 6. No other spells. I mean, we're trickling into a realm of possibility at being able to take on a golem in a little bit, but not quite yet.
We definitely need to rely on just crit strats there. He is looking like, no. Is he going to continue the grind?
Yeah, we'll have to see here. Nah, kind of.
Nah, he's going now.
Yeah, he's going out. Yeah, absolutely taking a look finally, as we do see some divergence here where Scarlet immediately out of the top of grave. We have Destiny at least going to poke his head downstairs to see what's in the basement.
Not something I would normally do, but with the lack of chests that I've noted and desperate to find something of usefulness, going down and seeing the middle of grave. Oh no.
Yeah, the middle stair in grave 2. The biggest, most prolific amount of stairs as you're going to hit level 11. And there are 5 other sets of stairs to take a look at. So many opportunities here for us to end up in some whirlwind of varying caves. Sassage just shy of level 11 as you're going to run out of resources here momentarily. That's why it looks like you're swinging through this. Down to one set of hurt more left, and we'll see how this plays out for you. Nice crit. Jeevan pushing that exploration. Scarlet pressing that exploration. Sassage pressing that exploration. All on the overworld. And we got some underworld exploration. An Armor Knight might have something to say about that, though.
Sassage returned where he found Hawks, confirmed there's nothing north of there. And yep, the Armor Knight slept me and sent me back home. Probably for good reason. I didn't need to go diving that cave any further.
It's still good knowledge at this point. You know, if nothing else, even if you find the harp inside of Hawksness later on, you know that a big chunk of what could possibly lead to a mega dungeon is eliminated, thus lowering your amount of stair possibilities in Sherlock.
Ideally, that would push for an earlier Sherlock appearance than knowing that it's less likely to have all of those stairs and have a convoluted path to the Dragon Lord.
Yeah, the more mega dungeon I see on the outside, the more likelihood that you're going to find either a direct or like a one room in between path from the top to the bottom. Although my favorite's when it's one room that connects 2 of the 3 entrances on the top of Sherlock. That's always funny.
We'll see in a moment when the tracking flips over to the items. I'm not sure if Sassage ever saw the Rogue Scorpion treasure guard in Spike and never defeated it, because it doesn't look like Sassage has picked up the Stones of Sunlight. That's something to note at this point.
No, I've been watching that too. He has not gone back down in the swamp whatsoever. And if I recall, when he went down there the first time, he didn't check the bottom right location potential either.
The deaths just piling on. Jeevan hit another death, took on Wolf Lord, ate the DL2 breath. Sassage just barely gets past the Armor Knight.
Yeah, death's definitely piling on. We're up to 95, and and we're probably going to see quite a bit more. Again, I guessed 140. Don't be afraid to throw out some numbers in chat there where you think we're ultimately going to land.
And as noted in chat by Jeevan, taking the deaths in the middle of this grind, the biggest pain of it isn't being sent home necessarily, it's losing half the gold. Now hoping to save up for the full plate has fallen apart.
Yeah, it's an expensive price to be resurrected by a king, I guess. All right, Sassage down in the tablet is going to cast some radiant here. Let's see how this plays out. We know we made it down here with Scarlet, I believe, earlier. Oh, that's nice. We see a chest on the inner part there, and I think we died on this floor. So here's some new cave, and we're into some mega dungeon.
So that's Sharlock Basement 3. Sassage pressing on.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Jeevan with a very nice experience lead right now, and I think that's a huge piece, knowing that we still need some stats. Let's see how the rest of that goes. Dead end for SassageLink after going around to this staircase. Has two other alternate options here, though. Into the grave pass-through, going towards grave chest 5 as Destiny hits level 12.
We have 3 runners simultaneously fighting Armor Knights, those enemies blocking the path from home to get to anywhere.
Yeah, an Armor Knight, we saw it early, and we've seen it often. Very, very much so. All right, oh gosh. So that takes us to the normal path around the first basement of Sharlock. So a nice, long, singular stairway path to go. I was hoping he left Radiant fully cast so we could see if there was a chest on the bottom there. Yikes! Red Dragon's in zone 1. It says absolutely not, just shy of those stairs.
Doesn't get a chance to see what's the stairs or turn on Radiant, check for the chests.
Yeah, and there was no Radiant left. There was no MP left, I noticed as he was dying there, so that explains that piece. As he's just shy of level 12, so let's see if he can get that and where he decides to go. Meanwhile, we're getting some top off in Garenham. We're getting walking all over the place. Something's going to give at some point. Someone's going to find something or go back into a grind.
Let's think about what we haven't seen yet. It feels like we haven't seen Cantlin. Are there any other towns we haven't seen? I think Cantlin's the only outstanding town.
Yeah, Cantlin, and then we haven't seen Mountain. We haven't seen Freebie. Staff Cave yet either.
We did see Freebie. It's actually right there on Sassage's.
Oh, that's right. We did. Yep.
Ring.
Yep, you're absolutely right. I noted that down right here in front of me.
So it's the Harp Trade-In, Cantlin, and Mountain.
Yeah, and Mountain with 3 sets of stairs could also lead to some more shenanigans. Star Wyvern DL2 Breath. That's exciting and something to note of.
And all of this wandering and trying to find something could be just for the Silver Harp, because both Airdrick Armor and Airdrick Sword could theoretically be in Sharlock. The Fairy Float could even be Sharlock. There could be nothing under Hawksness.
Well, speaking of Mountain, here we go. It was that cave across the river just south of Sharlock. So 2 chest potentials up top, although neither of them are filled. So we're going to see if these stairs take us anywhere. All right, the path to grave chest 4, and the vanilla chest is missing. There can be one in the southeast corner along with a stair that takes us to a different place.
Jeevan getting information of the Golem Spike in Hawksness.
Yeah, information is definitely good. Now you know you have no repeatable grind at least. We got the chest coming up here for Scarlet. No encounter, and he's getting a curse belt for his troubles.
So I believe that's the second cursed belt that we've seen, if I'm not mistaken. That means that there should be something either on the coordinates or in Hawksness. I don't know if any of the runners have put that knowledge together, but we have that watching.
Well, here we go. We've got everything but the inner part of Sherlock Basement 1 in the Mega Dungeon going at this point. Mountain has been confirmed to be able to connect to Grave because we saw Grave 2. Which we got through tablet as well. So this is pretty interesting.
And Scarlet made himself into the Sherlock, the inside of the U room, and gets sent home by the Armored Knight.
Yeah, and this is the inherent problem with where we sit as runners right now. The low MP especially is dungeons will have a propensity to go into Sherlock zones where you either have to try and hurt more through them or try and run at the risk of taking large chunks of damage and using up the little bit of resources you have. Looks like everybody, well, you've gotten into a little bit of a grind circle in the town here right now. They're probably a little concerned looking from the inside out, but I think at this point, it's one of those just grin, bear it, and grind a little bit more points of the race.
Yeah, this is the point where I decided I've got to grind, get some better stats, and have some more survivability.
I think that's everybody that's seen the jerk. The only one I'm not 100% on is if Jeevan seeing it yet. But people starting to get all the locations. But yeah, Cantlin's potentially huge. Now, what I'm waiting for is we've had enough fun little trolls so far here with the golem spikes and no easily accessible flute and stats being a little garbage. But let's get some really complex. Let's get a really complex set of coordinates here that takes us to that swamp continent, knowing that you can't officially turn into Princess to at least do the Threes Company finish.
So when there are coordinates with Threes Company's finish, there can be coordinates, but there can't be a rainbow drop component, right? So potentially there could be the coordinates over there on the island, but it would be the armor or the sword or the flute, right?
Yeah, exactly. One of those three items. And the one thing a lot of people might not consider, and it is a time investment, is you can still turn into Princess. You just need to save beforehand, turn into Princess. Don't save during the Princess turn in. So you have to watch your menuing. Go find the coordinates, make note of it, reset. Now the Princess is back in the dungeon, and you know where the coordinates go.
I would be guaranteed to blow that one somehow.
Yeah, you have to watch the menuing when you turn her in, or else you're just going to save over your save, and then and then it's over.
Be a shame if there ever was a race that was decided because of not paying attention to menuing, right, DK?
No one in this community missed menus ever. We're all perfect. I think that's what's fun is we've seen a lot of faux pas. For those that were here, we saw an accidental grind of Staff of Rings in the previous seed that almost caused a soft lock. Luckily, had an extra inventory spot, but I think I might have took the cake on this one.
At least in the initial round of the Winter League, the first 5 weeks, it's not any elimination. If you end up having a bad race, something goes wrong, you get the lower end of points, but you can always try to fight your way back the next week.
Yeah, as noted in chat, we definitely saw some cursed belts being equipped. In one case, the same cursed belt was equipped 2 turns in a row, which is one of my favorites. I'm not gonna lie. It wasn't just that we put it on. We're gonna really make sure it's on nice and tight.
Jeevan now finds Cole, who's gonna check the armor and gets a half plate, not quite the full plate he was hoping for earlier, and gonna check the search spot presumably and be disappointed with nothing there.
Yeah, exactly. Now if a full plate, I mean half inherently is half of a plate, right? It says half plate, and it's only 1,000 gold. You should be able to spend 2,000 gold, get 2 half plates, and make your own full plate.
Apparently, the whole is less than the sum of its parts, since even 2 half plates would be less defense than a full plate. Dragon Warrior math, I don't know. It's a bit fuzzy.
Oh my gosh, I missed this. Put the coordinates right there in the mountain across the Sparko Bridge there. That's like the perfect Sparko Bridge, surrounded by mountains over there. That's the most beautiful spot an item could ever fall.
You come up with all this devious stuff to have happen. I love it.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, especially if I'm not running, I want to see it all happening. I've already been through it all at one point or another, it seems. But Sassage doing some walking here is going to come down here. I believe this was a torch. We'll see what he opts to do once he gets upstairs. Never mind. Found out about Wolflord DL2 in the wrong place.
Well, Jeevan at level 14 is now checking Mountain Caves. Going to be disappointed with what he finds up top. Will he explore the bottom, or will he outside and press on?
Yeah, tried to take a shortcut to see if there were chests up there. Can't quite make it out from down there, but does go up and gets the torch there. So while that's been going on, Destiny's moved up into second place on experience, a little over 1,000 behind Jeevan at this point. Scarletshadoww has kind of fallen off a little bit. Sassage almost catching up to Scarlet at this point. And I'll be honest, it's really hard to keep up with everyone's exploration on who has knowledge of what. But we're starting to see a little something here. We'll see how this all pans out. Obviously the spot of the flute's the biggest piece.
Jeevan's going to be going down and checking out the bottom of Grave.
Or not the flute, the harp, but yeah. I can get it. I can definitely get it. And sometimes after you've grinded, 30, 40 minutes in a seed, you need to do something different to not go insane. Going to get the wonderful news of Mega Dungeon here. Let's see what stairs they take.
It's just unfortunate in this particular seed with the map setup with Tantagel in the far bottom right corner. Anytime you take a death after you've pushed out and explored, you get sent all the way home. You have to walk through this nasty zone that Scarlet's trying to make through with these enemies. It's just such a chore every time you take a death here.
Absolutely, and there's no heal walking, no nothing. We go in the top left, and that is the outer portion of the U floor in Sherlock. We're going to check the downstairs on the top right, and that is one of our little corner instant pass that takes us to a stone man, evidently. Oh, instant grade 5. No encounter, though. We do see there is the alternate chest there in that dead-end path, so if we do find that staircase, we know there is something there at least.
That looks like the dead end in Sherlock.
Yeah, in vanilla, it's a never-ending staircase, which can be humorous if you see somebody doing a blind playthrough. Meanwhile, throwing out the stop spell here, huh?
Of course, you throw out the stop spell and you don't see a single sleep. No.
Exactly, it's 50% too, as we noted, and it just did not do it again. Just barely alive here. One last heal. Do we have a chest over here? Of course not. Why would we? Let's see if we can get some more knowledge at least.
I'm not sure if Scarlet... I don't think he walked all the way to Mountain Cave. I think Scarlet either already knew that Grave and Mountain connected, or he just found out there, because he just came out outside Mountain Cave, walking across the bridge past Sherlock, and we're going to check out this town. It's got to be Cantlin.
There we go, and a cave next door. So, boom, there's the dynamite going off, and at least one chest here. Sassage down in the caves, gets slept and wrecked by a Wraith Knight with the Wombo. Destiny continuing the grind, just shy of 14 here.
Treasure guard for Scarlet.
Yeah, buddy. In the end, in Cantlin is our heart.
So now Scarlet has all three Rainbow Drop components, but no Erdrick's sword, no Erdrick's armor. Can't have to get through the golem to get the princess. Don't have the fairy flute. This is going to be very interesting where he goes.
Yeah, it's going to be... Yeah, hey, Radish check. We got a Radish check. Nice job, Scarlet.
Good luck to the remaining runners in the Radish Percent tournament.
All right, here comes the painful walk around to the old man. Will we have coordinates? There we go. We do. 59 north, 63 west. You gotta love to see it. Well, as somebody that has no real idea how this map is parsed out as far as getting there, I don't know. I don't know if that's walkable or if it's on the first continent or not. Yeah, Aaron wishing this was a full-size map so we could do a reverse count since we're in the southeast corner.
So Scarlet does have the one last cave to see. Now that we've seen Mountain, the last cave is going to be the Harp Trading Cave, I believe.
Yeah, that's pretty convenient as well. You know, you pick up your heart in Cantlin, you just go right next door, you switch it over for a Staff of Rain. You know, harps, when they're in your backpack, they tend to just keep playing music anyway, and it's a little obnoxious.
So Scarlet has some decisions to make. Is Scarlet going to now is the opportunity to go into Sharlock if he chooses, or is he going to throw himself at the Golem? Does he take a chance and try to finish this without a really whole lot of resources? He's going to potentially sit and grind.
Just, you know, a droll shows up. It's like, yeah, I'll just one-shot this real fast. Instant miss in DL2. That's hilarious.
Oh, this is just an amazing scene. The fun never ends.
Absolutely. And, I mean, I'm not sure there's a right or wrong answer here. You know, we know there's definitely something on the overworld. It's a 2/3 chance that it's an Erdrick's piece of gear. And if it isn't, it's possibly a method to get one underneath the Golem in Huxness. So, do you want to try and deal with that mess? Do you give up on the coordinates and just sit here and grind until you have enough HP MP to overcompensate for a Golem, knowing that your Sharlock's most likely short?
Answer the question in chat. Yes, Jeevan just picked up a broadsword. Don't believe Scarlet does have a weapon. He's been using Hurtmore as his weapon.
Yeah, not a lot of swinging after we got out of the early jail for sure. And let's see what happens here. He's a little over 600 away from the level, and what he decides to do from there. We've already seen level 14 not going to be the go kill a Golem level.
It's fascinating how Scarlet was able to end up doing the most successful exploration. He has all the Rainbow Drop components, he has the Staff of Rain, but he's fallen a level behind now. Jeevan and myself at level 14, and now he's just at level 13. It's curious how that's all going to shake up as we continue on.
Yeah, I mean, if he's going to decide to just sit here and grind, and he's found him in a decent zone here, it's got a couple of hurt-moreable enemies for sure. And not the scary ones that have been putting you to sleep yet, you know, to be determined if they show up in the zone. He's going to quickly gain back any of that lost experience here in a moment.
It's also a good location, potentially. Instead of being stuck back at home, he's doing the grind out here, now encountering werewolves. That's pretty nice. Hurt more enemy, and with a healing town nearby, he might be sitting here for a while.
Absolutely. And question in chat, what if this doesn't finish before the live race tonight? We go to the Octobox. Plus the live race is on a different channel, isn't it? Yeah, it's not going to be over on RPG Limit Break.
See, there we go. We have no idea how long this is going to last.
Oh, I love it. I love it. CyberDark says, I've got that layout somewhere. How long to live? We have our live race coming up at 8:30 p.m. on RPG Limit Break, so that one will be over there. Yeah, but we'll definitely, spoilers, be wrapped up before that, so let's see how this one goes. Jeevan getting up here towards Cantlin now. It's got the information of where all the rest of this is. Going to see that cave as well. Be a little excited, hopefully, and especially once he sees this harp in here. Don't look now. We have a rainbow drop pickup on Scarlet's side.
Scarlet got the drop. Is he doing that as a matter of convenience? Is he out here, or is he going to try to go into Sharlock, see what's going on there?
Oh, getting DL2'd by a Star Wyvern immediately. Meanwhile, Jeevan did say he does get his heart, but did not know what that cave next door is. But we'll most likely hear in a moment. Destiny doing some walking around here is going to get the same information. Taking a look at some alternate chests. I don't mind that play.
So now Sassage and Jeevan are both in Cantlin. Sassage is going to now get the coordinates.
Destiny trying to distract from the fact that he just got slept and wrecked from a Wraith Knight just shy of that one chest too. That's a shame.
Nothing to see there. Nothing to see there.
All right, there's Jeevan picking up his Staff of Rain. Yeah, we'll see how he plays this one out. It's really intriguing. For sure. We can just sit here and grind and hope to be able to just get enough to survive, or hope to come across the armor and or flute or sword somewhere.
Looks like Jeevan's going for the level. Only a couple of enemies for the level. That makes a lot of sense right here. Yep.
All right, Jeevan I was gonna say kind of walking around here. Looks like I mean they're 420 away from the level, so let's just break that out, see what 15 brings.
Both Scarlet and Sassage both stocking up on keys, which is a great idea with seed that we're in with random chests and stair shuffle. Going to be opening some doors in Sharlock potentially. Got to keep your keys up.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, Destiny's actually live playing this right now, but is not allowed to use the knowledge he's seeing on the other racer screens to his advantage, which is why he continues to grind. Or, as noted, it's a podcast.
Yeah, this race was played Thursday evening.
Yeah, Thursday evening, a very popular time this week. I think we had 8 p.m. Eastern races that night. So, only so much we can do to get them on, which is why we're doing these podcasts, which is awesome. I'm glad that we're getting them all put out there for everybody to be able to watch.
Artorias, maybe I should have you play in my place. You've got a lot more points in Winter League than I did coming into this week.
Well, level 15 for Jeevan. 6, 13, 17, 15. Some nice stats there overall.
A lot of help. Is he going to make the play now and go to Sharlock?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think I like a play here with now that we have some moderate HP. I was going to say walk next door, figure out your path since you are going to be taking damage. I guess you're near enough to Cantlin anyway that you can just come back out, but you just get the knowledge, I think, since you were there. But I can see the merit in just going for it all at once. Oh, never mind, he didn't have the rainbow yet.
Win. Ah, that's right. Yeah, the rainbow drop is kind of in the middle of the continent. You have to go halfway back, and Scarlet did the same thing. Scarlet took a death and then got the drop coming back out.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, rainbow drop pickup not nearby there, so yeah, that makes sense then. Well, let's see how it goes. We're gonna have our first runner take a serious run at this golem. Not this golem, rather the golem on the spike.
Like to point out, I just failed to hurt more on an Axe Knight, and I just failed to hurt more on an Axe Knight again. Very frustrating moment for myself.
Yeah, I bet. Just shy of that level 2, so yeah, instant return. Get out on that overworld. Let's see what we can do. Throw out some repel. There you go. And we're healing up after round 1 on this golem, or going into the golem, and here we go.
We haven't seen enough of it to see if it has any abilities. We've seen a couple of shots Doesn't seem to have anything here. It's going to have to heal more back up. Should be able to chop it down, though. Swing and heal more.
Yeah, looking pretty straightforward. Feeling confident there, swinging on that 34, and does successfully take it down.
Now, with the confidence of taking down that golem, would you try the golem in Hawksness necessarily, and perhaps get armor and make the Sharlock dive easier, or is it just full steam ahead here and go to Sharlock and try to pick up the win? Getting the win is so vital when the Winter League set up, getting the 5 points.
Yeah, especially with this group, everybody's at 4 points after 2 weeks, so a win really huge at putting you back into the race here, right? We just saw it's a 40-second fight. If it's not too far out of the way, I would absolutely probably swing by there. But again, I can definitely understand arguments against also.
Hawksness is a little bit out of the way. You have to go north up a tick rather than continuing south and west and swinging up. So it's not terribly out of the way, but it's certainly not right along the beaten path.
Well, let's see what he decides here. We're definitely getting a top off here. And hopefully fully herbed up, because we're going to need all those resources. We're going to be taking 15 damage per step going through any of the barriers. And there's three options. Will he choose the right option right away? Will the right options connect, or what? Let's see what happens. Oh, wait. Oh, was that Hawksness?
That was Breckenary.
Okay. But
there's nothing out this way. Yeah, I don't know if Jeevan might be looking back for Hawksness or looking for something. Oh, forgetting where the Rainbow Drop Cave was. That's what he's confirming in chat. Yeah, there's going to be nothing northwest here of Breckenary, unfortunately. Meanwhile, Sassage is trying to count coordinates, it looks like.
I think this is humorous. Let's see if it plays out. Like I said, I have a terrible. I would have to have mapped this myself to have a general sense if I think this could be counted out or not.
So, interesting enough, based on our conversation, Jeevan is looking for the Rainbow Drop. If he was to go west there by those swamp tiles, he would find Hawksness. If he stumbles upon Hawksness, I wonder if he's going to try to take that golem and see what's underneath.
Yeah, this is interesting. Let's see if he can figure out where he needs to go and what he decides to do. Scarlet into Hawksness, so he's going to be the first of our runners to give us an answer there, while Sassage is still trying to do this count. Starts doing a search, so he thinks he's in the area. All right, starting to branch out a little bit. I made no attempts to try and count with him at all. Possible here.
Scarlet doesn't have knowledge that the golem appears to be without abilities. Does land a stop spell, but that's just going to set him back a turn. But again, with swinging and heal more, he does come in with less HP, so this might not be as guaranteed as Jeevan's fight.
Yeah, it's getting a little snug here for sure. Never mind. You
just crit.
Just crit.
And it's Erdrick's armor. Big find.
Yeah, that's real huge here. It looks like yourself is coming in here as well. That extra level, of course, getting ambushed, but in a really healthy position. Oh no, you definitely want to be topped off here. It looks like, but yeah, you're in a real healthy position to be able to take this out. Sassage's return, meanwhile, is going to start recounting out coordinates. Let's see if he's better at the second attempt.
And we have our first Rainbow Drop getting dropped on Jeevan's screen, heading into Sharlock with Princess Gwaelin.
Oh, psych out. He's going to go do a little quick top off here in Caitlyn.
Nope. I love it.
And look at Destiny also deploying just crit strats. Does find out the golem has heal more, so does have that block.
So that's fascinating. We didn't see heal more when Jeevan fought the golem for the princess. How about that?
Yeah, most likely then at that point maybe a 25% as you pick up your armor there. Still real huge. Still got to find those locations though to get that Staff of Rain picked up from the harp.
So if Jeevan can survive this and get down to the Sharlock, he may be right on the way to finishing this off. With the alternate win condition, he needs to go find the Dragon Lord, defeat the Spike Tile before the Dragon Lord, and accept his offer. There's no Dragon Lord fight here. Just give the princess to the Dragon Lord.
Oh, buddy. Here's that other one multi-floor stair left. Is going to go ahead and pop into each of these first. I don't mind. Oh, I love when that happens.
Well, that closes out that. Guess you only have 2 possibilities instead of 3.
All right, so here we go. Top right set of stairs, and then there's 2 to the left as well. We're going to ignore all these chests at this point. We just need that path. Oh, nah, this one's 2 steps away. Let's take a look. Hey, it gets an herb. Herb's not going to be turned down at this point.
Meanwhile, it looks like Scarlet is taking on the Golem in Swamp Cave. I don't think he's seen the Healmore on him yet.
No, and still, it's a little sketchier for him with that 75 total HP that he's at right now. But, ooh, accidentally hurt Mord instead of heal Mord.
Oh, no.
Blue Dragon just wreaking havoc on Jeevan here. Let's see if he can manage to get away from it. It is just not letting him go. It likes him way, way too much.
And it has sleep. Alternate rung algorithm doing its thing in Sharlock. This is going to be rough.
Absolutely. Oh, man. You hate to see it. The sleep definitely seems like it's 25%. I think that might have been the first time we've seen it. Or a Blue Dragon, to be quite honest.
There's a lot going on right now. Jeevan's on his dive into Sharlock. Scarletshadow's trying to take on the Golem and get the princess. He's got all the Rainbow Drop components. Sass is just trying desperately to count these difficult coordinates. And I'm wandering through caves trying to find the Silver Harp instead of going to Cantlin.
Yeah, buddy. We do have Scarlet finding out about the Healmore. And does get his stop spell down, so he is well in path. Sassage on the other side of the river from where he was last time in a little bit different place. So maybe close. And of course there's red dragons down here messing with Jeevan now. All right, so one of the corner connectors into Mountain 2. Get the heck out of
Mountain 2, that's a dead end.
Thought about it. Was gonna leave, thought about it again.
I didn't catch what happened there on Scarlet's screen exactly with the Golem fight. Looks like it didn't end well since leaving with the princess empty-handed there.
Yeah, definitely must have taken the death there, unfortunately. So looks like he's going to try and go ahead and crank out one more level, which we know that level really will help out tremendously. Meanwhile, if you take enough of these caves here, you might pop out right next to all the stuff you need. And SassageLink is successful in getting his coordinates, is rewarded with Erdrick's sword.
We learned that the chest 5 in Mountain is just gold. Jeevan's gonna outside here. It's fascinating seeing someone diving Sharlock with the princess, and none of the other 3 runners even have the princess or thinking about Sharlock at this moment in time.
Yeah, Sassage still hasn't gotten stones, and those stones we know are just below the castle at the top of Swamp Cave. So he's in a real world of pain here at this point. Meanwhile, Scarlet just needs to get 15 to feel more comfortable here. You've also got to figure out where the harp is, and Jeevan wisely, I think, takes the outside there. He still has other stairs on that path that he saw, but we know 2 of the 3 sets of stairs from the top connect. I'd look to see him try the left set of stairs first before going back into the larger complex.
We'll see what he does here. And I didn't see, it looks like Sassage did pick up Erdrick's sword, so it seems Sassage did figure out the coordinates. So Erdrick's sword is on the coordinates, it appears.
Yeah, that's correct. He did get the coordinate pickup and does have his sword. He just for maybe oversight or whatever has not checked the chest location in Swamp North at the top of Swamp, and that has the big item he's looking for.
So Jeevan is going to follow your advice, even though he couldn't hear you 3 days ago, and is going to check the left set of stairs.
Yeah, it's the right odds play here, for sure. You've already got the other two guaranteed to connect to each other, and there's a couple outstanding checks there. I would like to see him keep himself healed a little better. There we go. Heal, please. And going down, survey says straight shot.
Straight to the basement. Here we go.
So in a good position, although the Armor Knights are very prolific so far. Yeah, buddy. That's man, perfect bid too. That's disgusting. Has the knowledge now, but man, you hate to see the Armor Knight down there.
And as we've been saying most of the seed, every death sends you all the way back home to the southeast corner. Sharlock is near the west central part of the map. Jeevan has to pick up the princess again, defeat that golem, and go all the way back to Sharlock as Sassage takes a death in this cave that he was exploring looking for the harp.
Yeah, buddy. And Scarlet, meanwhile, did hit 15, has just topped off back at the castle, is going to go back out into the overworld. I will expect him to go making another attempt to take out the golem here.
All of a sudden, this became very close between Scarlet and Jeevan. They're both heading into Swamp Cave, both at level 15, going to pick up the princess.
Yep, the one piece that we know Jeevan has the knowledge. He knows exactly where to go to get downstairs. Additionally, he knows that it is not the freest of dives, as well as we see on your side another Armor Knight doing sleep. Armor Knights have been disgusting today. At this point, it looks like you might end up with another level here. You're 800 shy of it.
Keep hurt-boring stuff along the way. Dueling golem battles down in the bottom of Swamp Cave here. Gonna wander up and hopefully find Caitlin this time around, get the harp, and be able to head in the direction that Jeevan and Scarlet have been. Sassage, like you said, he's a couple levels behind and still needs the stones from Swamp Cave.
Yeah, back on the overworld grind here in the interim. And yeah, it seems like every time someone came across this bridge, they went south instead of north, which has been humorous watching as people did it. Just with me knowing exactly everything that's up here. Of course, you're on the wrong side to see the down. You'll see it here in a moment, most likely. A little peek. Oh, wait, what was that? Go back.
I don't know what I was scared of there.
We got dual Gwaelin pickups here on the right side of the screen, with Scarlet just ever so slightly ahead. You now have the pieces of the puzzle. You just got to go finish putting them together here, and I'm sure you're super excited and super sad that you didn't find this at the same time.
When I am racing in the tournament, instead of having chat open, I have the race room open, so I do know at every moment if anyone's finished. So I know no one's finished at this point, and there's still hope.
Yeah, buddy. No, yeah. I usually am not a big race room watcher, but I keep it open during tournament races as well. If nothing else, especially 4-player tournament races like this, it's knowledge. You're like, holy cow, someone else finished. I gotta get moving type stuff.
Simultaneous herb ups here for Jeevan and Scarlet. This is fascinating.
Absolutely. Now the question is Scarletshadoww a go right kind of guy? We always know going right is the right, even if it's not always correct.
A lot of people do go right. If Scarletshadoww goes right, he's going to end up into not the worst mega dungeon, but certainly a maze, and there's bad enemies down there. Jeevan knows exactly where to go this time around.
And we got divergence here. Scarlet may not have seen a overworld path to that location, is going to go through the cave system to get there, as Jeevan is traversing the overworld to get there.
Yeah, I'm curious if Scarlet knows the overworld path there. I thought he did, but I'm not positive. Or he may just think that this is a faster path than the overworld. We'll proof this out, seeing who gets there first.
Oh man, Armor Knight slipped. We'll see if he can recover from this.
That might be one of the risks of going through the cave system. Is it's more difficult to run in the caves, all else being equal, than it is on the overworld with alternate run algorithms. Seems like that's working out for Jeevan in this case.
Yeah, absolutely. Just going to go straight on in here. Not bothering to top off in Cantlin or get his extra resources back. We'll see if he gets punished for that, knowing that we do have a lot of Armor Knights potentially to deal with here. And a most likely 25% sleep Blue Dragon as well on the top.
While Sassage is still looking for the stones and anything else he can get his hands on, going down into the bottom of Grave. I'm fighting the Golem in Swamp Cave, but Jeevan knows exactly where to go. He's going to be in the basement here in just a moment.
Yeah. Going through out a stop spell, knowing how poor he's had at run luck. Meanwhile, we do have Scarlet finally through the system. He is definitely going to do a top off first. All right, yeah, Destiny's got the girl, got the stuff, just has to go get him a rainbow still. Is making their way that way right now. Yeah. Heal up, Jeevan. Heal up, Jeevan. Stay topped off. Fully topped off in case he gets slept.
No reason to preserve resources.
And here we go. Rainbow down for Scarlet. He is getting ready to enter. Which way does he go? Is making the right turn.
He goes right.
Don't take a single step without healing first. There you go.
So we don't have knowledge of what the Sharlock spike is going to be. It could be the sleeping Armor Knights that we're still encountering. Could be another Golem.
Is insane. The amount of Armor Knight encounters here is ridiculous. Oh my god. That's three and 6 steps and gets back attack slept on this one.
Wow, it's all about survival. Oh, and he runs instead of heals and he gets put to sleep. Oh no, Jeevan. He woke up. Oh, that was close.
This is this is brutal. Back to sleep he goes.
He's still asleep. One more. He awakes on the last shot again. Another heal more. This isn't even the spike enemy.
He gets away. Did not top off though. Runs into yet another Armor Knight. The amount of Armor Knights down here is absolutely insane. Didn't fully heal up. Does know about the sleep on the Blue Dragon. Is throwing it down. Has to get through here in a few additional steps.
Now, I'm taking the left path here. I took a contrarian opinion, knowing that most people go right is right. So for better or worse, I was going to try left first. And we know how that's going to work out.
Oh, buddy. You're like, jackpot.
Especially seeing that no one had finished. I figured if people were wandering around on the right side, I was going to find some advantage. And I was so happy when I found the basement. Jeevan makes it through, and he's about to hit his GG. Press A. Press A. He does it.
Yeah, get some GGs out in chat for Jeevan. Gonna take first in this race and pick up that huge 5 points. Meanwhile, Destiny coming out from behind, sniping through past Scarletshadoww here. If he can successfully navigate this floor, prime position to take second place, while Sassage unfortunately just continues to search everywhere for these stones. But Jeevan, if you want to pop in the booth, you're allowed to do so and BS with us, or just you've been in chat, feel free to just stay there and chat with us there, or whichever way you want to go. No worries. Scarlet has seen enough of that. Sherlock is hitting outside, is going to go do the top off. Oh, man. Twins, enjoy. Enjoy. Get them on the booth, too.
Well done, Jeevan. Great win in this race.
Yeah, this was an interesting one, and honestly, I just now really looked at the time, an hour 37:20 for that first place, and I'll be honest, it didn't feel like it was that long. I guess there was enough action happening to where it wasn't terrible, but Destiny makes it through. The spike is up here. He needs to press his A's and does so. So get some GGs out in chat for Destiny with Dragon Warrior, taking second place, picking up 3 points on the week.
Thank you. I was relieved to get out of this one with second place. This was going to be a tough group. I've got respect for Jeevan, Scarlet, and Sassage. I've seen them play before. I faced Sassage in the summer tournament. I know Scarlet plays a lot of Dragon Warrior Randomizer, as well as the vanilla Dragon Warrior and Dragon Warrior 3. Jeevan has done the crazy BizHawks Randomizer Shuffler, so very happy to come out of this one with second place.
And there's Scarlet, getting the same information as Jeevan did when he went left, after seeing all the other shenanigans in here. Is just like, oh, you gotta be kidding me right now.
It feels so bad for Scarlet being ahead and then falling a bit behind on the experience, and had so much trouble with the Golem. I wonder what the time difference would have been if Scarlet would have defeated the Golem in Swamp Cave on his first attempt. But he still has to make it here to the Dragon Lord. This isn't quite done yet.
Oh yeah, this bottom is definitely not free, as we saw from Jeevan's side not too terrible long ago. And Sassage reminds us on the Overworld about the Armor Knight as well, because the Armor Knight's being the Armor Knight tonight. Man, well, there's still a chance here. Yeah, I called out 140 deaths when we were around 70. We're at 132 combined deaths right now. So there's still that outside chance. We hopefully won't see it, but the sleep is not ideal right now.
It's so troubling. After you heal more and then he throws to sleep, you don't even get a chance to run. Oh, good play there by Scarlet. Took a risk of not healing and ran.
Yeah, no, and I mean, at some points you have to just hope RNG's on your side and let you go. But man, the Armor Knight is so prolific down here. It definitely has to be in the zone at minimum 2 times, if not 3 times, with how many encounters we're seeing with them.
Just like Jeevan encounters the Armor Knight before the spike, and another one.
Yeah, it's insane. All right, we're into the Blue Dragon. Maybe does not know about the sleep. Is going straight to attacks. No, does throw out a stop spell here.
He got through.
Oh, got through. We still have to take some steps though. It's not over yet, but gets there. Very nice. As long as he holds down A, we're gonna see Scarletshadoww take third place. Get some GGs out in chat for Scarletshadoww. Very nicely done. This was a struggle of a seed. All right, we see a pause from SassageLink on his side there. This is where he would have information if he's watching the race room that the other 3 have finished. And based on the freeze there, I am assuming that he most likely had thrown in the towel. I don't have a race room, so I'm just going to take a stab at that.
That's correct. He did. GG's a Sassage. He played this one really well. Missed out on the Stones Cave in the beginning, and you gotta wonder how close he would have been right here in the mix with it. He and I were neck and neck on experience for a while. If he would have had the Stones, he might have been right ahead and taken hopefully the correct path and been right in the thick of this.
No, absolutely. Yeah, just it's with the alternate chest locations, it can be very easy to just overlook one chest. You know, it can be very simple. to do so. And unfortunately for Sassage, that's exactly what happened here. The item that was the closest to you all at the start of the race down in the basement is the one that just eluded him.
And that's the one you never think of again, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, looks like we're going to most likely do the reveal here in a moment before we move over to the 8:30 race over on RPG Limit Break. Any final thoughts from the runners in chat or yourself, Destiny, before we switch over to doing that?
This was honestly, this had some frustrations with me getting out from the beginning and all the enemies and the sleep. I'm very glad to get out of second place in this one. These types of seeds, we've seen two races back-to-back vodcasts. The first one was pretty straight ahead. The items were right there. This one was pretty locked off on the side. Lots of sleep enemies. Again, lucky to get out of this one in second. I chose the right path. Otherwise, I'm sure I'd be right behind Scarlet in third place. And glad that it's over, having that experience. Looking forward to week 4 and then week 5 to follow. Week 4 has our vanilla maps and a lot of tri-state items. We'll probably be going over that briefly. Looking forward to continuing on, and good luck to Jeevan, Scarlet, and Sassage and the rest of their tournament. It was a pleasure racing with you this week.
Yeah, very well put. And yeah, you guys had a very similar race to mine. I would say, with keeping spoilers minimal, with a whole different host of issues, which is crazy. But it's interesting to see these longer ones play out. When you saw, I think we had a finish of 41 minutes in a race, and then you see the winner tonight, hour 37. Yeah, but like you said, next week, week 4, vanilla being boozled. So these will be random selected groups once we get into it here. It's a vanilla map, vanilla shops. Random stats are consistent with fast text and speed hacks. So get ready to blink and miss everything that's being said and the stats passing by with the very fast XP. Those are guaranteed things, right? We have a ton of things that are going to be tri-stated here, though. We have shuffle chests and searches potentially on or off. Repel in dungeons may be on or off. Random spell learning, random monster abilities, death necklace. Will someone Brian Williams themselves pick up the 1 in 32 death necklace and use it? Random monster zones, random monster XP and gold, scaled metal slimes, which has some interesting properties with the scaled. Short Sherlock potentially on, Summer Sale and Treasure Guards. Summer Sale and Treasure Guards automatically per item versus either all-encompassing on or off. But so everybody's going to have to figure that all out on the fly during the races. It's going to be hilarious.